Dubai was supposed to be untouchable, the city of gold, the city of supercars, the city that made billionaires feel poor. But in 2026, something changed, quietly at first, then all at once. Millionaires started leaving Dubai, not for London, not for New York, not even for Singapore. They started moving to Malaysia, and most people still have no idea it's happening. Because while the world was distracted by Dubai's image, smart money was watching risk. The moment drones hit Dubai International Airport, everything changed. Flights canceled, luxury hotels damaged, Palm Jumeirah residents evacuating. And suddenly, the safest luxury playground on earth didn't feel so safe anymore. That's the thing about wealthy people most don't understand. They don't move because of hype. They move because of patterns. And right now, the pattern is pointing straight at Kuala Lumpur. Now pause for a second. Because if you told people 10 years ago that KL would start competing with Dubai for global wealth, they would have laughed at you. But today, Kuala Lumpur is doing something terrifyingly effective. It's offering luxury without pressure, wealth without noise, status without chaos. And honestly, that combination is becoming unbeatable. Think about it. In Dubai, luxury feels performative. Everything screams, "Look how rich I am." In Kuala Lumpur, the wealth whispers. You can live beside the Petronas Towers, eat world-class food at 2 a.m., have private healthcare, international schools, luxury condos, drivers, security, nature, beaches, mountains, and still spend less than half of what Dubai drains from you. That difference matters, because rich people don't stay rich by overspending on image. They stay rich by maximizing lifestyle efficiency. And Malaysia is becoming the ultimate efficiency hack. But here's the part nobody talks about enough. It's not just about money, it's about peace. There's a certain emotional exhaustion happening in cities built entirely around flex culture. Dubai mastered spectacle, but spectacle gets tiring, especially after 2026 exposed how fragile the illusion can be. Malaysia feels different. People smile more, food tastes real, life moves slower without feeling unproductive. You don't feel trapped inside a luxury advertisement. You feel human again. And wealthy foreigners are noticing that immediately, especially in Kuala Lumpur, because KL hits a rare balance most cities fail to achieve. Modern, but not cold. International, but still authentic. Luxury, without losing soul. That's incredibly hard to build. Singapore is too expensive. Tokyo is amazing but culturally difficult for many foreigners long-term. Hong Kong still feels politically tense. But Kuala Lumpur, KL slips into your life almost too easily. English is everywhere. The infrastructure works. The airport is one of the best in Asia. And within hours, you can be on islands that look unreal. Langkawi, Perhentian, Penang, Cameron Highlands. Malaysia has something Dubai can never manufacture. Nature, real nature, not imported palm trees beside highways. And the food, this is where people fall in love accidentally. 1 week in Malaysia turns into obsession. Roti canai at midnight. Nasi kandar that ruins every other curry forever. Street food better than 5-star restaurants in other countries. And suddenly, the millionaire who came just exploring options is signing a long-term lease in Mont Kiara. Because Malaysia gets under your skin quietly. That's its superpower. It doesn't beg for attention. It doesn't market itself aggressively. It just keeps over-delivering. And eventually people realize, wait, why is this place so underrated? That realization is spreading globally right now, especially among high-net-worth families. Because the modern wealthy class is changing. Old wealth chased status. New wealth chases optionality, safety, flexibility, quality of life, geopolitical stability, and Malaysia suddenly checks every box. That's why MM2H applications are climbing. That's why luxury property demand in KL is rising. That's why more Middle Eastern and European families are quietly relocating. Not loudly, quietly, because the smartest migrations happen before headlines catch up. And honestly, this might be the biggest mistake people still make about Malaysia. They think it's almost developed. No, Malaysia is already developed in the ways that actually matter to daily life. The world just hasn't emotionally updated yet, but it's starting to, fast. And here's the bigger shift nobody wants to admit. The future of global luxury may no longer belong to the loudest cities. It may belong to the most livable ones. That changes everything, because once people discover they can have wealth, peace, nature, stability, incredible food, modern infrastructure, and breathing room, the old definition of success starts collapsing, and cities built entirely on image become vulnerable. Dubai is still extraordinary, but for the first time in decades, it no longer feels inevitable. Meanwhile, Malaysia keeps rising quietly in the background, almost underestimated on purpose. And maybe that's exactly why it's winning, because the best places in the world usually don't need to scream. They just wait for the world to catch up. And right now, the world is finally catching up to Malaysia. But this is only the beginning, because the next shift happening in Southeast Asia, most people still haven't seen it coming. Everything that's happening right now is still early. That's the part most people miss. Because while headlines argue about Dubai and Malaysia, a deeper shift is already forming underneath. Not just where millionaires live, but where they choose to stay long-term. And that's where Kuala Lumpur becomes interesting in a completely different way. Because KL isn't trying to win against Dubai. It's doing something smarter. It's becoming the place people quietly reset their lives. Think about that. Dubai is where you arrive to prove something. Kuala Lumpur is where you arrive when you're done proving anything. And that psychological difference is huge. Because once wealth reaches a certain level, comfort stops being about marble floors and luxury branding. It becomes about control over your own time, your environment, your stress levels, your sense of stability. And KL gives that in a way most global cities simply can't. No constant pressure to perform status. No exhausting cost of maintaining image. No feeling that life is a competition you didn't sign up for. Just space to live. But here's where the story gets even bigger. Because Malaysia isn't just benefiting from Dubai's shift. It's also riding a regional wave most people haven't noticed yet. Asia is quietly reorganizing its safe zones for wealth. And KL is sitting right in the middle of that map. Not the loudest, not the flashiest, but increasingly, the most practical. And practical always wins over time. That's the pattern. First it's ignored, then it's questioned, then it's normalized. Then suddenly everyone says, it was obvious. We're still in the ignored phase, but it's ending fast. And when it flips, the people who moved early won't be called lucky. They'll just be called early. Because the real question isn't whether Malaysia can compete with the world's top cities. The real question is, what happens when people realize they don't need those cities at all? And the answer to that is where the next shift begins. The next phase isn't about relocation anymore. It's about redistribution. Because once a city starts attracting global wealth quietly, it doesn't just change who lives there. It changes what the city becomes. And Kuala Lumpur is starting to feel that pressure in real time. You see it in Mont Kiara. You see it in KLCC. You see it in the rising demand for serviced residences that didn't exist in this volume a few years ago. But the interesting part? Most of it is still underpriced relative to global expectations, which creates a gap. And that gap is where early movement always happens. Because wealth doesn't arrive all at once. Trickles. One family first, then a few investors, then entire networks follow. And suddenly a city wakes up one morning and realizes it's no longer local anymore. It's global. That's the stage KL is stepping into right now. But here's what makes this moment fragile. Every rising global hub has a turning point where attention becomes too much. Prices adjust. Crowds increase. The quiet advantage starts fading. And the early appeal begins to disappear, which is why the current window is so unusual. Because right now, Kuala Lumpur still feels undiscovered in the way global cities used to feel before they exploded. And that doesn't last forever. So the real question isn't whether KL is rising. That part is already happening. The real question is, how long does it stay this accessible before the world fully notices?